going over topic today is why do women date the wrong men? So if anybody on here right now, I'm going live with Professor Pitt and I'm Dr. S. And we're just gonna be just having a dialogue, just giving it to them like raw and uncut. I feel like more men need to like start speaking up, and we ain't biting our tongue, man. I just want to give it to them. What you feel about that?
Uh, it's crazy out here, man. I think the culture really got these people in chokehold, got them brainwashed, and these women just out here complaining about how all these men is messed up out here, but they really the ones choosing them. Like you got a choice on who you date. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of these dudes be hustling and swindling and lying and double dealing. I mean, so is life, but you know these chicks don't go out here and date no doctors or no ball players. Even it's some pretty ones out here. They still choose to date Ray Ray from 79th and some quick money and an easy lifestyle. They don't want to step themselves up when they can get that doctor or that lawyer. Whoever. They settle for the table scraps, and then when they get table scraps, they mad that they ain't get that steak dinner.
Yeah, I mean, even just dating a dude that just worked a regular 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? But I think the media got something to do with that though, like music and the movies and all these different things. I think that got something to do with it. You know?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's all a part of the culture, man, and these people feeding, right into it. I don't want to necessarily say it's like a popularity contest, but everybody want to be cool, no matter what era they in. Everybody want to be cool and accepted by their peers, but you know, cool used to be universal. Like you could be a dork with tape on your glasses with a pocket protector. You know what I'm saying? Like you still cool. You can still be cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool is cool now. You gotta have this or have that, or be talking about this or living your life like that. You know, somebody got to be ugly, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to. We. eh, eh, Everybody ain't beautiful and millionaires, and I mean, but you can't tell the way these people portray themselves. Nowadays it's just getting out of hand.
Hmm. So what do you think like changed that though? Like as far as cause recently it was this girl and she um she had posted something like if a dude take me to Olive Garden, um that's like taking me to McDonald's. So I go look on her page and she
And she
like
work at Arby's.
yeah, she catching the bus. So what changed that though, man? Because remember back in the day, like, if a dude pull up in a nice car, like, he was the man. Now people, they take a picture next to a nice car and they the man.
um, I mean, really, people just really let their guard down. Really, as far as standards and I would say values, but even if they try to hold themselves to a higher value or what they think is a higher value, they don't know what value is.
Mm.
You know, uh, you know, people, be wearing cheap shit, and as long as it got a high price tag, it ain't cheap. People be. I told this shit one day. I'm like, how you expect these your dude to go hard for you? This nigga still be wearing like jumpsuits, and this nigga look like you about to. This nigga look like you relaxing and shit. You know what I'm saying? I never see the generation of people like so comfortable, man. Like, don't nobody get dressed. Don't nobody real. Everybody look like they, everybody walking around with these slip ins and slide ins. It's
Mhm.
crazy, man. Everybody too lax.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, nobody like taking that effort to get dressed. Like, ain't nobody gonna take you serious in the business world if you don't take your appearance serious. And then I feel like um just from people reaching out to me, they having problems with like relationships and stuff like that. They wonder why they
Mm.
can't stay in one, because if he ain't if he or she, because if a woman went out with me on a date and she didn't present herself in a well manner, like I wouldn't take her serious. You know.
Well, ain't nobody gonna take you serious nowhere but a bunch of nobodies. If you got them type of habits, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, people get comfortable, they get complacent. If you around a bunch of nobodies, then it's okay to not be nobody.
Hmm,
I mean, you know, you ain't got to do nothing, but and then you start calling them people your friends because y'all got something in common. Y'all don't really be doing nothing, and y'all ducked off with your head down. And some people keep their head stuck in their work. Just because you know, some people wait a long time to get grown, man. And when they get grown, they think it's just going to work to pay their bills and do they little what they want to do, man. And it's just, they get lax and they give up. Like, people, then people start saying, oh man, you don't even really need that. You don't need that car. You don't even need that. I mean, people, because they know they ain't gonna get it, and the other people say, yeah, you don't need none of that. You don't never have it in life, but you be
exactly.
with your friends.
Mm, yeah. Um. So and that's one reason why we on here, man. I feel like we the cure, man. I feel like we the cure, and if we don't speak up or we do anything about it, man, I feel like the world is gonna be in shambles, man. You see what's going on now, like everything already a mess. Now it's just a mental thing. I feel like more OGs need to step up too and just start giving them some game.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Dr. S. They definitely need an antidote out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of these people need to establish who these OGs really is, man. Because sometimes, the young cats. I remember when I was young, and I used to try to get game from what I'm saying, the older cats, and I had to realize I don't know what this dude did 30, 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He may have been a cornball. He just telling me he was the man. Somebody right now claiming he the man, but he ain't. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, these dudes, they ain't have boots on the ground. They ain't experienced in having no relationships. Some of these dudes are squares. You know, um, and and it goes to show too, everybody can backslide or whatever like that, but some of these people really need to get back on top of themselves again, man, and what I'm saying, be that guy in light. But just be careful who you get your stuff from, man. That's why I'm glad you out here, boots on the ground in the community, showing them what to do day in, day out. I mean, that show a lot of character, in you. You know what I'm saying? You out here every day and you living it. You don't want to leave this earth talking about you wish you woulda, coulda, shoulda, had a. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live it right now, like we live on this video.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody asked me like, "What's your fear?" It's just saying like looking at myself when I'm 40, 50 years old, just saying, "What if?" I ain't about
Man,
to. I'm 30 now, so it's like I live every day like it's my last. Every day, time is more valuable than money. Can't get it back.
uh, that's my biggest fear, Stan, is being around my grandkids one day when I'm 60, 70 years old and ain't having nothing to tell them, man.
Hmm,
Or tell them, I made somebody else rich for 25, 30 years. I worked at the Ford plant. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
But people don't want to get up every day and pursue their own dreams for 8 hours, let alone when they get off. You know what I'm saying? They want to. People come home talking about what their boss said and what happened at work, or they trying to pick up some chick. Like, don't nobody really hustling themselves. They be trying to unwind. Like,
right,
if you a unwindy, what I'm saying, type of individual, you might as well not even listen to what we talking about.
exactly. Yep. And yeah, and like whoever like just hopped on, we on cigar talks. You know, we the cure. I'm Dr.S. Y'all can't see him, but that's Professor Pitt. And we just giving some games, just giving some jewels. You know, and the question is why do women date the wrong men? You know, um, and that because a lot of I work with a lot of women, so a lot of them they complain and they saying they can't find the right type of guy or whatever. I feel like environment is what that's like if I want good credit, I'm gonna hang around people with great credit.
I mean, it might sound cliche and old school, but man, birds of a feather, man. I mean, first of all, you gotta have it in you. You know what I'm saying? To seek out what you looking for, but you're gonna naturally gravitate to those type of people. And if you around some faulty people, they ain't really about nothing. Y'all can't feed off each other, bounce, no ideas off each other. But like I said, it just got to be in you. It got to be in you to start bouncing, some non bullshit ideas off each other. Some constructive ideas. People build about this that culture stuff, man. It got their head. They building about the wrong stuff. Because they already planted with the seed of the wrong ideas, and it manifests into their relationships and what they looking for in a relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
how these how they get treated eventually overall.
Mm. Yeah, you're right. If anybody got like any questions or just a perspective, why do women date the wrong men? And um like I said, I think the media got a lot to do with that. Because growing up, your environment, it's like if you stayed in the hood, you don't know what it looked like in the suburbs because you in a box, you know. But once you go outside that box, you start the. Because I used to think like the chicks. I went to JFK, and there's no offense, but I used to think the chicks were so cold at my school till I went to college. I was like, oh, I'm in the wrong spot.
That's how I felt when I turned freshman. I finally hit ninth grade and seen chicks 4 years older than me. I said, "Oh, they grown here, like for real." Like I thought it was some nice chicks in middle school. I hit high school. I was like, "Oh man!" Like
Yeah,
I thought I was at the club.
yeah. But I know, like when I was in high school, man, I had a crush. I had a crush on this girl, and I wasn't like, I was like in my grades. I was real popular, but I wasn't like no street dude or nothing like that. And I remember, the girl that I wanted, she was into like the dudes I was into the streets, hood type of dude or whatever. Once we got out of school, she started trying to talk to me after that, and it's like I had already went to college, and it's like I don't even want you no more, you know. Um,
Right,
but those were like the cool guys, I mean, even us, like we glorify that, the nice cars and people with the money and stuff like that. So I think as they get older, they start to understand that it's about stability. You know what I'm saying? Because once you in a certain lifestyle, it's either two ways you can go. You can go jail, or you can be dead, or have your head on a swivel, like I used to be 7 years
big
ago.
swivel.
My tags was outdated on my car.
Oh man,
somebody
yeah, it's
said somebody said I've dated for the wrong reason and didn't know what I want and what I deserve.
but that's the thing. Like people people got to stay true to themselves, and it's like you know these ladies, you see how these dudes be jumping through hoops for you. The dudes see women want some almost unattainable stuff to certain guys, and then you got certain guys, instead of just being true to them being a solid dude or somebody with some solid character, they you know what I'm saying, they jump in to try to appease or what they need to do to get women and, you know what I'm saying, look a certain way. And like
Mm.
these women almost got these dudes out here faking. Now he don't have to be fake, but I mean, you know, you got a lot of dudes to limit, you know what I'm saying, eliminate trying to, you know what I'm saying, get a date with them. And it's you know, I I think I said that to you one time before. I was like, if you got some girl that stayed in nowhere, Idaho, and she grew up with her brothers and her uncle and her daddy digging in her nose her whole life. And she run into a nigga, walk up to her, digging in his nose, talking about, oh yeah, what's your name? She ain't gonna think nothing of it if he digging in his nose. You know, she might be like, you digging in your nose? What you doing? This thing crazy. But if she used to seeing it all her life, niggas digging in her nose, it don't make no difference to her. And I think that's where a lot of people fall short, man. Like everybody trying to overreach and be something that they really ain't.
Yeah, you're right. That's how it be like with dressing nice. Like women, they see a guy. He like today I got on joggers, but I'm normally like dressed. But if I come in the room, they like, oh, you wear why you wearing a suit? Like motherfucker, cause I like looking good. I don't like being like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that first of all, you go to a job, you ain't gonna walk in no job with no jeans and your hair all messed up. You look like you just woke up or some pajamas on. You gonna
No,
come in there,
thank you.
you gonna come in there and present yourself well. So like if I'm a dress every day for success, because that's what I'm aiming towards, you know.
Um, I remember one day just to show you how real it was. I remember one day I was on 116th and Forest going into Chili's, right? So it was this chick going in the store. She was like really fine. So I'm trying to talk to her. I'm trying to talk to her. She act like she don't want to talk to me, right?
Mm.
So I'm sitting up there, like, so I guess she walked outside and like, you know, like put it all together or something like that. So uh she finally was like, all right, like here, like, you know, gave me her number. So we ended up talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone with her. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to ask her, like, you know what I'm saying? So what was the problem? You know what I'm saying? You act like you didn't want to talk to me or something. Like, what was your problem? So I had on this silver fox. It was wintertime. And I had, you know, and I had this green Cadillac. I had a sedan of it. So you know, I'm hopping out the lack with, you know what I'm saying, so fresh and so clean, you know what I'm saying? So she said she ain't want to talk to me because she ain't know if my fur was real or not at first. And I guess when she seen like the car, I guess she ain't seen my shoes, you know, it said Dr.S, but when she put it all together, I guess seeing my car, I guess she thought I wasn't faking in. So like I ain't talk to her. Like you don't even know quality stuff.
Mm.
Like you don't know. I bet you if I had on some Jordans, she'll know if my Jordans was fake or real. You know what I'm saying? But she don't know nothing else above a pair of J's. You know what I'm saying? And like to the men that some of these women want, that's a big turn off. It's like I couldn't even take you nowhere nice or around people with class or around nice stuff. You don't even know what nice is for real. You ain't about to embarrass me. Like you a lost cause. Like you might be a good sex or something like that, but I'm gonna leave you back on I'm gonna drop you off back on 116th in Forest, and I'm gonna get her a snack pack with
Oh,
some fries and shit.
somebody
You
said
know what I'm
gold digger.
saying? I mean, even if she wasn't a gold digger, she just don't know. She has no knowledge of what worth is, and like you know what I'm saying. For some of these women, I want these caliber dudes. Like I ain't got no time to teach you that. Like who got time to do that? Like you got to come with something. Like
Mm.
it might not be, you know, what they say. It ain't. It's who you know or whatever like that. But like you gotta know something. It's not what you know, it's who you know. But you gotta know something when you meet who you want to know.
Mm.
So I mean, that's a fail right there, and a lot of people, a lot of women is. I mean, that's a big disconnect. You know what I'm saying?
And you know it's crazy though, like, cause you know in the type of rooms, you know, me and you be and Professor Pitt, we in rooms and galas where people dress real nice. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get to that point where you can be polished and dress nice, now it's like what's gonna come out your mouth. So you gotta worry
Most
about what
definitely.
you say some dumb shit that's gonna embarrass you. So it ain't about what's on you, it's what's in you. You know, I
Hmm.
can have on some shorts with a necktie right now, but
Hey man,
it's about me. You know, now what's on me. So
Hey man, you gotta hop out the shower wearing it, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be wearing it wet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Man.
man, yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's about everything really about perception now though. Like for real. Like a lot of people they go out of town just to show where they at, and show they cars and all that shit. And to be honest, that shit don't mean nothing, you know. Cause you go out of town and you do all that, you gotta run back home and try to hustle and make your money to pay your bills, you know.
Man, listen, some of these people be going on vacation to escape themselves, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
It's like I understand, people work, they want to go on vacation, they want to have a getaway. I mean, but you gotta really, I mean, some people like really had no discipline to it all. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta put yourself together first. Like, why don't you put yourself in a better position so you could really, man, I remember Magic Johnson, it's crazy, man. Magic Johnson said one time, he was like, instead of go buying the Benz, why don't you buy a movie theater or something? He said, like I did. He was like, they go buy three Benzes,
mm,
and it was like, wow. And another cat, you wouldn't, no disrespect, I don't mean to say it like that, but something I figured that I wouldn't you really figure as an inspiring quote was from Fat Joe. He said his grandfather told him, if you can't buy it three times, don't buy it.
mm,
You can't buy it three times without it affecting your pockets. Don't buy it. And some people, they get their little money and they be smoking weed and niggas be tricking on these girls and don't be telling nobody. And you know what I'm saying? Like they be making it. It's like it all go out and live it, and people call it living their life.
mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
Yeah, man. So y'all don't really see them, but y'all be able to log on on the YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you see us. But that's Professor Pitt, and I'm Dr.S. We gonna be giving like relationship advice and just gaming in general. Just dropping some jewels. I feel like it's needed, and I feel like more men need to like start stepping up. But um, we also gonna be talking about stocks, credit, all type of stuff, man, just to enhance our mentality. Um, a couple ladies like reached out to me earlier. They just had some questions, and I'm
Okay.
gonna I'm gonna play one of them, and we can dialogue on that. Let me know if
Okay.
you hear it.
Can you see me? I thought you had said something before about not being able to see me. This window of mine is really small.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay.
Hold on, can't hear it. All right, I'm gonna send it to you. Let me know if it pulled up.
Okay, yeah.
What's
You want me
good?
to open it now?
Yeah, you can play it all out.
Give me one sec.
What's good? How everybody doing out there? What's popping? You got it?
Yeah, but it's really low.
I wonder why it's so low. Cause I
It's
can't hear.
playing. I hear, but like you.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, I got it. I got it. Here, pop it.
okay.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who I've been dating for a couple months now, and he's actually been amazing. Any little thing that I might have a complaint about, he's fixed it, he's changed it, and there has really been no real issue. But I find it so hard to like trust him fully because of all the things that I've experienced in any other relationship. So I just want to know, like, what's the best way for me to be able to trust him, especially if he's not doing anything wrong. Like, he's not doing anything. So, how do I get past the fears of? You heard it all? You want to play it
Yeah,
again?
no, I got it. I ain't know if you was want to chime in first. So if I had to say something to her, really she got to double down on figuring out what her fears is. You can't, you can't bring no. I don't want to necessarily say she got baggage, but you can't bring your fears into a new relationship. It's like uh, I think that's another reason why I was so successful with some of the things I used to do. I used to be like that teacher, give everybody an A till you mess up. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, cause that show like, all right, you can keep your A until you lose it with me. So it's like I think she might need to go by that system because if you scared to make moves and go, that's like me scared to make new moves because of my old chess game because of the moves I made in our last chess game. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it like that, I mean, that you got your answer right there.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta be at peace with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you?
you gotta be at peace with yourself. Like when you go in a relationship, like I remember my ex, she been through a lot in her previous relationship, and she has suffered mental abuse. So
Okay.
he would like belittle her and do different things like that, and it
Mm,
affected her. It affected our relationship. But
mm,
me being Dr. S, I wanted to fix the problem. So I used to have to tell her like all the time, like, look, I'm not him. We can get past this, and this is how we can do it. But it's like she couldn't move on from that. So I feel like a lot of women need therapy, man, and men. It ain't just women, but we speaking about women right now. But they need therapy. They need to talk to some people, and don't just talk to a woman that's not in a relationship. Talk to some people that's married. Talk to some people that's been in a relationship for a while, and get some real type of advice. Because a lot of times, people friends is what bring them down. And
yeah.
they be in this space, and they wonder why they single all the time.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, real quick, Doc. As when I was out here, seeing what was happening out here, and I hear that from a lot of guys too. That's all they need is girls that got a kid or two, and they need the help, or this, that, and the third, and it's like you know, these girls be digging a grave for themselves with these situations. You know what I'm saying? You talking to this dude and you ain't wise up. Now you got 2, 3 baby daddies and all that. And like, they still got this type, I don't want to say a hope because, everything can happen for anybody, but it's a lot of that out here, man. It's everywhere. And it's starting to be the norm. That's scary. It's just that's what people expect.
Hmm. Yeah. For those who don't know, that's to talking. That's Professor Pitt, and we gonna be doing this every Thursday. So if you got any like questions or anything, feel free to chime in. That's what we're here for. And I'm Dr. S. Pretty soon y'all gonna see my whole suit on. You know. Yep. You ready for the next question?
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
All right. I don't know. Somebody had said something too. They said sometimes they just like the excitement they get out them type of relationship. That's just one reason. There are many brother more than I can count.
Well, that come to a point where you just got to be grown. Uh, I, when I was coming up, it was Trina, Miss Trina, fucking Queen of the Asses, like pull over that ass too fat. Remember that song?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, that was 20 years ago. And this nigga still out here, oh my God, she got a fat ass and girls getting ass. Like, come on, man. How long these girls gonna have a fat ass for? And it's exciting to these dudes.
Mm,
These dudes gotta grow up. How exciting this thug drug dealer spending some money on you gonna be cool to you. Um, I I remember I was dating this one chick, right? And she had a son, and her son was only like 5, so it couldn't have happened too long ago, right? She
mm,
in the car with her boyfriend. Somebody pull up next to the car, start shooting the car up, son in the back seat. Like,
mm,
dude died in her arms. Thank God her son wasn't hit. Her son in the back seat. He like 2, 3 at the time. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Like, I mean, not to say that happened to everybody, whatever, saying God, God forbid, you feel what I'm saying? But man, it's like, this also Cleveland too, man. And you gotta, you roll the dice when you know what I'm saying, when you're doing all of that. I mean, why can't you go be with some lawyer in his mansion feeling the same way like it's nice? You gotta
Mm,
grow up, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is to it.
mm.
Been liking the thug for 40 years. You're gonna be somebody grandma still want a thug, still want
She gonna be
Mr.
like,
Jerome.
she gonna be like, what's the, she be like, Marcus, I'm not ready to get
I
Marcus.
Eartha Kitt. I love
Said,
Eartha Kitt.
oh, Marcus.
She still want Willie Earl with the cornrows to come through the way.
Willie Earl.
Like, man, been in love with a thug for 50 years.
It'll be a whole Jaguar. Yep. Now
Man, I got
I'm about to lay the other question
go ahead.
somebody had sent me earlier.
Hey guys, my name is Monica. I had a question. I am 34 years old. I've been with my guy for about 3.5 years now. It doesn't seem like he is thinking about marriage or that he even is going to propose to me ever. It just doesn't feel like it. However, he has been talking to me about having a baby, like he wants to have kids, and I really don't want to press him. Like, I don't want to say something to him about marriage and he only wants to marry me because I'm telling him to or because I'm mentioning it. Like, I want it to be something that he does. But at the same time, I don't feel comfortable with giving him a kid and he not trying to marry me. We don't live together. Like, I'm just ready for the next step. Like, what should I do?
Yeah.
You want to go? Go ahead, get him, Professor Pitt.
Oh man, what should you do? First of all, it gotta be organic. If he don't want to get married, like you don't want to get married, you don't want to look up one day and you be on 90 Day Fiance or something. You know what I'm saying? And eat Lifetime or something. So it gotta be mutual, and then you need to hit the mute button too on dude that already either already let it slip out his mouth. You talking about having a baby or whatever like that. So you better make sure you what I'm saying, hit the panic button one time and make it start wearing some condoms or something before you slip up with a baby. Hey, y'all still not married. I mean, that's like two birds and one stone, and you ain't got no say so in that because women wanna hump too. So so make sure you don't end up pregnant and you ain't married. So yeah, just let it be.
Somebody said leave him, and somebody said don't have a baby until you get the ring. Um,
I mean, and then you can then you be divorced and still got the baby. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? you better think it over, like Bobby Womack say.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of women should look more into the guy, and the guy should look into the girl because most people that want to get married, they looking at it as a traditional type of thing. So they family like maybe pressing to be get married, or the girl may want to get married. But I feel like you should look into his foundation. Like, was his dad there? Was his mom there? Was his parents married? Because he might not know what marriage is. And most of his dudes may be locked up, so ain't nobody in a relationship, so he not getting that good type of advice. And I feel like if you are going do if he does want to marry or you want to marry, y'all need to move in together because once you move in with somebody, you tend to see habits that you may not like. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might be cool when y'all girlfriend boyfriend, but when he get there, he playing with his toes and playing the video game all day. And, you know what I'm saying? And y'all got to figure out how can y'all mesh when y'all actually in the household.
Um, man, it's crazy, man, because I think a lot of women be out here, chasing love, man. And I don't want them to be like the donkey with the carrot in front of their face, like just chasing this dude. It's like, all right, I done moved in with him now, and now you know 3 years older and 5 years wiser. You still with this nigga, you locked in, you know. So, um, I always thought that women was like stronger than men because like men is strong physically, but a lot of men ain't as emotionally as strong as women, and when you come across stuff in life, you got to handle it more emotionally than physically. You know what I'm saying? So like women is better at handle stuff emotionally than physically, and they deal with a lot. You know, so like these women be out here chasing love. Like, is this dude even like marriage like material? I mean, something got to be, or are you? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to give yourself the questionnaire. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself the quiz. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about you? Make this dude not want to marry you? Like he have a baby with you, but he don't want to get married. You know what I'm saying? So, I
Mm.
mean, just like we talking about it, I mean, that's stuff that you know, so you got it ain't hard. Ask them, and if he tell you, you know what I'm saying, if it don't add up, subtract yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I feel like it's important to know her foundation, know her family. You know what I'm saying? Know if is the dad there, is the mom there, and vice versa. Because if they not, then he probably say if his dad in jail and the mother on drugs, you know, he was by himself. He don't know what a relationship is. You might have to teach him. And I feel like we need to start speaking up more, you know, because if I don't like some shit, I'm gonna tell you. But everybody not like me, you know, and because it was this girl I had interviewed this girl on my show, and she said that she was on a date with a guy, and he was like slurping the noodles. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm like, did you tell him, you know, to stop slurping the noodles? She said no, and she didn't answer her phone after that. So he gonna go to the next chick. He gonna date her, and he gonna be slurping noodles.
Well, I hope he a quick learner, man. He had to know. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you leave out the house slurping noodles, that's some whole trash. So I mean, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe maybe you know what? Maybe she need to be happy, Dr. S. You feel what I'm saying? She need to go ahead and be happy that all it took was a little noodle slurping to get you know what I'm saying this dude up out her comfort zone. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of girls go on 3-4 dates. Then you know he be they be done did a little mo or something, you know, and she don't have she be locked in. Then you know what I'm saying? She kind of got out the game early. All it took was a bowl of noodles, you know. So she need to be happy.
Yeah, you're right. But I feel like as far as like when it comes to relationships, it's nothing like out there. Remember back in the day, you had the Bill Cosby show, you got Family Matters, you got these
Oh
different
man,
shows where they was showing like family and they was showing
value.
relationships and they was showing foundations. Now you got WAP. You know what I'm saying? Like you got stuff like that. So it's no balance, man. Like you can't just eat meat. You need your vegetables too.
Hey man, and and you know what too? Like you were saying earlier, people got to analyze themselves, man. Because some of these people, hey man, you got to look, man. Some of these people is crack babies, Stan. You feel what I'm saying? Like some of these people, you know what I'm saying? Like is is it's rough out here, man. They've been groomed for the last 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Some of these chicks are still, you know what I'm saying, 2025. What was they listening to 15 years ago? Gucci Man, and their mama was bumping it in the kitchen where they was he was putting on dope man while he was warming up her bottle. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now they grown, and then you know what I'm saying, they looking for a nigga like Gucci and all these other young niggas they listen to now fucking around in the street or whatever like that. So I mean, you hey man, you reap what you sow, you reap what you put in the ground, man. You put that bullshit in the ground and some bullshit come up, and then you wonder why bullshit happened to you, man. You don't invest in, you don't invest in no quality of life, you know what I'm saying? Or other people that want a quality of life, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Mhm.
be you be sitting in the hood watching these niggas sip champagne off the back of a boat, and you don't even like be, but then you see some white people, they may own a boat, and you like, what these white people doing over, or what is, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you don't even talk to nobody who own no boat,
Mhm.
and you ain't trying to, you ain't going to, I know it's COVID and everything, you know what I'm saying? you don't go to the boat shows, and you don't you don't even mingle in that crowd, but you'll spend some money with the weed, man.
Mm,
And you go get you ride to the boat show a half hour away. You be in Cleveland, the boat show be in Massillon, be 45 minutes, and you be like, no, I'm cool. And then you get up from watching Martin and ride to the liquor store and come back with a bottle and some weed, and it be an hour pass.
mm,
You ride the liquor store back home in an hour, but you won't ride the where it's gonna be some people and rub no elbows.
yeah, yeah,
Especially these women. These women be hella fine. Like dudes want to see that. Like, nope, she be somewhere like we're on 79th somewhere. She be somewhere in Warresville Heights helping her dude bag up or something.
they want to polish dude. Um, what's the remember you was telling me about the parking lot, like the parking space, like a woman want a husband, but
Oh
she
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
say that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
give them that.
somebody was telling me, these women, you know, they don't make no room for what they want. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a chick can have a 2-car garage. You know what I'm saying? You got to park to the side. You got to manifest room for your dude. You know what I'm saying? You got to, but you know you. You gotta make room for the universe to give you your dude. That somebody car gonna be in that spot, but you also, I mean,
Rather park in the garage instead of leaving that space open for him to pull up next to her.
man, listen, I'm telling you, man. But it's like it all got to be at once, man. Like you really got to be about yourself and not what. I mean, you got to be true to yourself, or it ain't. Or you gonna if you ain't true to yourself and you worried about WAP and
Yeah, whack.
who go buy you this $30,000 Birkin bag, and you need a baller. You ain't, I mean, and you ain't balling. Like, I mean, you can't attract nothing that you ain't. I mean, sometimes people do, but it all be based on a web of lies and deception and circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't get what you not inside, and that's what these people is. They want it, but man, these people don't like got what it take, man. Like they couldn't get it on their own, so they ain't gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? With nobody else.
Mm. He said whap. Whop.
Wop wap,
Weep.
man. Hey man, what else is funny? Real quick on the side note, Dr. S, while we talking about it, I wish it was some type of measuring contest to see if that's good or not. Because a chick ask you like, yeah, nigga, you got a big dick. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got to say yeah, or nigga got to say no, or they got to be like, yeah, it's all right. Nigga be like, here, let me show it to you, see if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But like every chick you every chick got what you go you know what I'm saying,
Whop.
every chick got good wife. You be like, yeah, you got some good wife. Yeah, like I ain't have you ever had one chick tell you like I guess like I don't know, like everybody else, like they be like, no, like my shit is the best. You be in that shit like scratching your head and shit.
Ah!
You be like, I thought it was supposed to be. You act like it, like uh, man. I wish you could measure that. You know what I'm saying? I wish you could be like, yeah, whip it out. I wish you could be like, yeah, let me see, because I'd rather be smacking a skinny girl with some good than a big thick one when you feel me?
Somebody said they need some advice. Shoot your shoot your question if y'all need some advice. Go ahead. Professor Pitt and Dr. S is here for you. You know what I'm saying? We like the weekend running the crew.
And I just like to say thank you to you, Dr. S, for being out here. Like I said before, you know what I'm saying, boots on the ground, giving people, you know what I'm saying, platforms to, you know what I'm saying, speak their voice. And, I see you getting real elevated with the things you do. And I'm, happy I could bring some elevation to the table, and help where needed in, this department.
Yeah, man. I just feel like more. I got the show with the ladies speak up, baby, but I wanted to do something for the men. Where men can express themselves. I feel like more men need to speak up. with the society like being like a feminine society. Like, nah, like we need to grow some nuts, you know what I'm saying, and be a man. Not be no
Hey, if these men would be a man, it would leave them no choice. Like they gotta talk to a man. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be easier for these women to pick out who's a real man and who's not. And these, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these girls, they be getting hoodwinked and bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? By these dudes, and then they want to blame it on the dude. Like you gotta own some type of responsibility for falling for this nigga, you know, so for this guy. But a lot of these women, man, like I said, they always want a man to a bird with a busted wing, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they get caught up in all that smoke and mirror and tear, you know, they get crying on her sweater. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey man, you know, it's but it, like you said too, it's just a selection. You know what I'm saying? They hang out in the same spot, and they be downtown at the so and so, and they be over here at the one spot, and they meet. You know what I'm saying? These dudes who, you know, still stay in the hood, don't really aspire to nothing.
mm,
They didn't sunk their own battleship, man, and they did it willingly. Don't blame it on
like
him. Like, you know,
somebody
you,
somebody said somebody said y'all mans be too damn damaged. And before that, she said I stay running to baby father and drug dealers. I want me a regular, cool, laid back. So how she gonna get that, Professor Pitt?
man, she gotta first of all, she gotta change what she like the other girl, you know what I'm saying? She can't be, you know, that's the first step. It seemed like she has achieved that. And
I think the biggest thing is just acknowledging that. Like if you know where you want what you want, that's a step right there in itself.
yeah, and but you gotta, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, just Miss Lady, just to give you some good game, like you almost need to find you a person where you almost damage goods to him.
Mm,
You feel what I'm saying? And have him accept you and bring you and elevate your game like you hoping this other guy will elevate his game for you. You feel what I'm saying? Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta what they say, shoot for the moon and hit a star. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'd rather be, you know what I'm saying, worried about how to, you know what I'm saying, make uh car payments on my mansion and my apartment. I mean, you know, my car payments on my Maserati or something. You know what I'm saying, my Buick. You feel me? Like, you
mm-hmm.
gotta. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You gotta feel as though you worth something. A lot of these women, they intimidated to talk to a man. You know, it's like they man. I swear to God, Gordo, I was watching Dr.S. I was watching like some type of like I was channel chasing because I don't even watch that BS. I didn't even claim that. Um, it was like basketball while I was watching Pluto or something, and she was like, yeah, girl, get you somebody who needs you. And I was just like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because these girls, it's like if a chick be like, yeah, well, you know, I ain't got no kids, or I got one kid, or this, that, and the third, and I got $1 million, and you be like, all right, I got $1 million too. Now what?
Mm,
They'd be like, oh, like, you know, it's like, you know, they want a nigga to be like, I made you something and I put you on and I built you up and all this other stuff.
mm,
Like a lot of these girls is comfortable with man, I remember this one time, I had met this chick and I finally went out there to see her. She stayed in like Youngstown or something. And I went out there to see her and she had like cooked for me and everything. So I'm sitting in the living room eating. And like, you know, it was like summer, spring, something like that. So I was like dress, you know, pulled up in a big Lexus and all that. And she was like, I don't think like me and you gonna like really like work out together. And I was like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? She was just like the way you dress and like look at your shoes. She was like almost like some like, why would you want to talk to somebody like me? And it was just like, ugh, like I almost want to spit some food.
blew up like, ugh.
Yeah, I was going to spit the food back in the bowl. Like, man, like, what are you talking about? You know, nobody want to be with nobody who think they're a loser. Like, why? Like, I
Yeah.
did. I had to look at myself. Like, how did I even meet this chick? Like, somewhere, like, on the fly by. Like, you know, no investment, no seeing what she worth, no speculation of self value. Just going on a date or something crazy. You feel me? Like, so you got to really evaluate yourself and who you know who you want. Like shit, like shoot for the stars. You come up with something. Don't shoot low and end up with nothing.
Yeah, and that's Professor Pitt talking. Um, another she's pretty much said like she want like a laid back like type of dude, and she pretty much mess with people that's in the streets. Well, you gotta if you want a certain type of guy, you gotta go where they at. You know, um, where I be at all the time, the cigar lounge. It's some nice men there. You know, you gotta go to Bar 32 downtown where the rich people be at. Go on eating. Go to Barnes and Noble. You will bump into a good guy. You gotta go to Whole Foods. Niggas don't shop at Whole Foods. They be shopping at Save a Lot, Aldi's.
Right,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Bingo.
And
Uh,
if you do go to Aldi's, go to the one like in Macedonia or something like that.
man, exactly. Hey man, you know what? You had me cracking up for a second. Remember coming to America? He was like, it's some good women up at the church, and he was like, oh, this place I'm going tonight is this Black Excellence Awareness.
She said,
But
where they be at? Hey, look, I'm gonna do a auction because a lot of women be want to talk to my friends. I got some great caliber men, that's around me.
that's a good
Um,
idea.
yeah, and I'm gonna do an auction, but also, come to my events. I throw like upscale type of events where everybody be dressed up. A nigga ain't going a nigga not gonna get into no bullshit if he got on a suit and some $300 plus dress shoes.
Man, man, listen. You ain't never
or
lied,
or
man. Quit
or
quit quit talking to these dudes when you
or
go out. They got on.
a cashmere trench coat. They ain't gonna be on that type of BS. So you gotta follow the money. You know what I'm saying? That's like if I want an investor, I ain't gonna go to Mookie's. I'm gonna go downtown where the law firms at, and you know what I'm saying, go to the country club and different spots where they be at. Follow the money.
Man, these videos and this culture, man, that turn these girls out. They think people that dress like that is corny or something, man. I I see a bunch of stuff you shouldn't be seeing out here, man. But quit dating these dudes that be taking you out. You got on some. I never understood that, Dr.S. You see these girls on Instagram and all this other stuff, and they be dressed up with their friends, skirt, heels on, all that. Be hanging out with dudes with hoodies on and Jordans
Mm.
and jeans. You be like, and it be they dude or they boyfriend, whatever. You be like, how was you dating this dude? Like how would you even, man? I seen this girl, man. She was dating this dude, had on a Ren and Stimpy coat. It's like, I mean, and I thought, I think she fine. You know what I'm saying? Had on like a Ren and Stimpy coat, man. At the bar, she dressed up. Like, is you for
Brand.
real? Like, how you even end up in them? I can't explain it, man. And then they wonder why they can't that's like getting some $20 heels and then go out and then wondering why your feet hurt so bad. It's like you got on fucking $20 heels. What are you talking about? Shit, Gordo. You got some shoes too, man. Sometimes them shoes be hurting your feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just slipped it on with that shoe horn. You be like, by the end of the night, by the time you get done doing an event, you be like, man, let me get these shoes off my feet, man.
Sometimes I know how women feel now. It hurt. It hurt to look good sometimes.
Oh man,
Uh,
and ladies, I ain't capping. I put the big band-aid on the back of the heels before I put my dress socks on, so the back of them shoes don't rub up. Guess what? I'm prepared. I'm a trooper.
and,
I tell
and
you, no lie. I ain't no capping in that. Ain't no faking.
and another thing too. The way you dress is what brings you the quality of people that you want as well. You know, especially the men. Like if you dress nice, like you say, it's a lot of women that I've met in my past. They were intimidated to talk to me, and they tell me like, "Why you want to talk to me?" And they don't have no confidence because of the way I carry myself in the dress. And it was on me, like I said, it was in me. So if you dress a certain way or carry yourself a certain way, you're gonna attract that type of man. So if you
Most
if
definitely.
you if you on your Instagram and all you got is like showing your ass and your titties and you're twerking and talk about niggas ain't shit and blah blah blah, you're gonna attract the drug dealer.
I'm gonna show you.
I mean, and men gonna be men like we all like that. We like looking at nice bodies and all that. But
Oh, for sure,
once you get to a certain level in life, we don't give a fuck about that shit, man. We care about your mind state. You know what type of person you is, and how
and
much how much money can you help me get? You know what I'm saying?
man, look, my uncle, God rest his soul, he told me if you met a chick dancing, you got to keep dancing to keep her. So if you met her spending that money, you got to keep spending that money to keep her. You feel what I'm saying? And
Mm.
it really be the same way. It's like ladies, what bait you really got on your hook? You know what I'm saying? Like most of these chicks, you know, you wouldn't want to meet a man like that. What if a dude had fake hair and fake eyelashes and had on a waist trader with a sock in his pants
Oh,
and you know what I'm saying? He had one leg cocked up to the side, leaning to the side, and shit. You look at this nigga like he was having a stroke and shit. You feel what I'm saying?
fake eyebrows, fake
Oh
beard.
man, you know what I'm
Would it-
saying?
And that would be crazy if a chick was looking at a dude like, well, I like his beard that he get you at home at
Hit you with
night.
the Abraham
He take the
Lincoln
whole
peel
beard
off.
off.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, dudes with the same thing, and a lot of these chicks, man, you know, they go for the low ball. It's like I think that's another reason why I did so well and chicks used to like me. I didn't need them for nothing. Like my house was clean when I met you. I could probably cook better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like my clothes nicer than yours. You know what I'm saying? I got a nice car, decent spot. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's like I got all the green lights. Like now, what you got? And they be like, oh well, I stay with my cousin. I stay by myself, but I got two kids. Or I stay down here. You be like, I'm not about to pull up in my Benz on 55th and
Yeah, but
Stovall.
they got some wop though. You know.
Man, they can keep it. You know what I'm saying? They could put that shit on eBay or something.
Man, that shit don't mean nothing, man. Like all them looks. I remember I was in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta one time, and it was these girls. I was with my cousin, and these chicks walked up to me and him. They was nice. They was like from the Virgin Islands. Nice bodies, nice face, cute, everything. So the girl was like, she was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, well, I'm doing good. So I'm drinking, I'm sipping on my bottle or whatever. She was like, oh, okay. She was like, you gonna buy me a drink? I'm like, no. I don't give a fuck about what you look like or none of that shit. And she turned around. Yeah, she like turned around and everything. Like that shit don't impress me. Like what impressed me is your mentality, and that type of stuff. We too old for that shit, man. Once you
Yeah,
get older, you start thinking of different things, and a man supposed to give you protection, affection, and direction. That's it.
yeah, yeah. That sounded yeah. Well, I hope you know, we could satisfy with that, get them some type of perspective, man. And really get them thinking. I mean, I know it's kind of lightweight. We talk like this all the time, but I'm glad that we can have them give them some type of perspective from dudes that's other than what they used to. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
Mhm.
you know, uh,
I mean, from a real man too, like,
right? Yeah,
cause like I said, man, and there's nothing wrong, like, but I feel like society is being like watered down. Like they want us to be weak. Nah, fuck that shit. You know, fuck being weak. Like I was at my people house, and my nephew, he had on this earring, and it was kind of like feminine like. So I told my sister, I said, man, what the fuck he got in his ear? She was like, then my other sister was like, it's nothing wrong with his earring. Like, yes, it is. That's not masculine. That's not what we wear. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we ain't saying nothing, that shit is gonna be allowed. I feel like we the dying breed, man. We the cure.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we definitely giving the people some type of antidote, man. Because it's a lot of things that need to be corrected that people just don't get nowadays, and it's a shame, man. The way and it's you know, like I just had a daughter, me, Dr.S, my daughter, 8 months, and it's like uh just her growing up in it too. I think about like her future. These people be doing whatever they want nowadays. They don't be holding themselves to no type of I don't want to say morality and make it a moral issue, man, but it's just like whatever goes. Just like people listen to this music and they be hitting licks and doing. Dr. S always said everybody was a follower to me, man, because like I think it started with like Wiz Khalifa. Remember, Wiz Khalifa was dyeing his hair, putting that red dot in his hair. Everybody was dyeing their hair. Then Lil Wayne had skinny jeans. Everybody had skinny jeans. Then Rick Ross grew out this big Aki beard. Everybody had a beard.
Mm-hmm.
Then Walker had dreads. Everybody it was still got dreads. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, like I ain't never seen nobody be original, but a few in a long time, man. And they be dressing for the culture. I remember, I came up in them day. Everybody wanted to be a rapper, because everybody was rapping. Everybody had studio time booked. It's like you gotta be who you are, man. And once you hit a certain age and you don't know who you are and you ain't got it together, you start falling off the meter. That's why these girls be making bad decisions. They clock be ticking. Uh, Last thing I'm gonna say too, Dr. S, it's crazy. You hear so many girls talking about they not about to be second or be number two to nobody and all this other stuff. But then you'll go get treated like number eight, but he'd be your only girl. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You the only girl he got, but he treats you like number eight, and then you just told a nigga that care about you and want to treat you nice and want to take you place and everything, but you can't handle being a number two. And it's like, well, it seemed like you ain't a number one to nobody.
Mm.
So I mean, we ain't all winners. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we don't run the race. We don't run the race, Dr. S. And they be like, they claim three number ones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody got to come in. Somebody got to get that bronze medal, man. Like, it's cool. It's cool to get a bronze. It's cool to get a silver. Like, everybody ain't got that gold, man. So, quit acting like it. If you quit acting like it's gold and you act your for real worth, then you'll get your face value.
Exactly. Yeah, man. It's just like they say, you are what you eat. And that's how your perception is, man. How you carry yourself, that's the type of quality of relationship you're gonna be in. If you carry yourself like a hoe, you're gonna get treated like one. And a motherfucker gonna send a picture of his dick in your DM, and then you get mad, like, but look at your profile, you
Yeah,
know. So
yeah, most definitely. Debate you put on your hook.
hmm yeah, definitely, man. So yeah, we got Professor Pitt right here, man, and I'm Dr. S. And you know what I'm saying? We giving game, because we blessed.
Indubitably.
hmm Yep. We about to get out of here in a minute, man. If anybody got any questions or anything, y'all want to get some knowledge from Professor Pitt, go ahead. You know. But yeah, we was talking about why do women date the wrong men, and we just to sum it up, we had touched on a couple different points, but I guess the biggest thing is just um, surrounding, growing up, being from the hood, you're gonna be attracted. Now a woman, um, if you want to keep a woman, you need to provide her with protection, direction, and affection. So growing up, a lot of women ain't had a father, and the father is supposed to protect and he's supposed to provide and do all these different things. So the people that's the protection is the street dudes because they got the image, they tough, they from the hood and they definitely got the bread, you know what I'm saying? So That's how they provide. So, but if you want to get out of that, you got to go to where they at. You know what I'm saying? Go to Eaton. Go to we'll say Barnes and Noble. Go golfing. Get out of town. You know, see some different shit. It's way bigger than Cleveland.
And actually indulge in some stuff. You know, you be seeing these chicks and they at the bar and they be taking selfies and you play, man, they at the bar by themselves lonely. Like, you know, if you lonely for real, you know, work on yourself or try to do so, you know, it's it's it, you got to quit catering to your crowd. You got to realize that you got a certain crowd that you've been dealing with and you can't cater to that crowd no more. You got to, you know, step outside your comfort zone. You know what they say, Dr.S. A turtle that don't stick his neck out don't make no progress. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stick your neck out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and go. You know, shit. What they say, the tortoise beat the hare. It ain't about how fast you go, long as you get there. Some of y'all be trying to get it quick. Like I said, that clock be ticking, or you be tired of meeting what you meeting. You know, you.
Yeah, and to educate yourself too, man. Like I don't really go to bars no more, but when I did go to bars, I pay attention to what women drink. If a woman drink Hennessy or Patron, I don't want to talk to them. Like,
Hmm.
not like, and I wouldn't mind talking to them, but it's just more so if she drinking like some wine or something like that, like she can educate me. You can't educate me if you just drink Hennessy all day. I don't even like liquor, so like that already
Yeah,
automatically gonna eliminate you right there. So you know,
yeah, yeah.
and
I
I'm
mean,
speaking and I'm speaking metaphorically. It ain't it's but to be honest, it's the truth.
I mean, you know, it is. You know, uh, it's like I said, it's just the quality, man. You know, it's like if you know some people, that's just a measuring stick. You know what I'm saying? With how some people do, what some people act. You know, what some people drink. You know, it's like you know you see what they used to. That's just like remember back in the day, people would go to the bar don't have no money in their pocket, or like chicks would be like, "I'm about to go to the bar" because they know dudes will buy them drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got no money, about to go to the bar. Dudes too, you know, just to be in the middle of it. Somebody gonna be like, "Oh man, what you drinking?" You know, so
Mm.
people gotta really be people gotta hold themselves to a higher standard and enforce it. You know, people. What Pimp C used to say. He said I stopped smoking with people back in '94. He said because people thought a sweet was gonna get them through my door. As soon as you like, hey man, you want to
Mm.
smoke? You know what I'm saying? He be right. The devil be sitting right in the middle of your living room because you want to smoke a blunt. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because you want to sip that bottle. You know, you gotta put yourself on probation for these other people put you on probation. You know.
Mm. Yeah. Before we get off, like I want to ask you, like, um, cause you remember the era when you used to could get a number like on your hand. You remember that era? You had
Oh
to
yeah.
she had to write her
Oh
number on your hand.
yeah. Some leg work.
Yeah, hey man, hey, you had to have some game for that. Now, a dude could just like see a chick and he know her Instagram. He gonna slide in her DM as opposed to like taking the balls and just walking up to her and say, "Hey, how you doing?" No, you
Yeah.
feel like do you feel like it's different? Like has the game changed? Like, what's your perspective on that?
Oh my God. Yeah.
And
It
this
definitely.
Professor Pitt, everybody.
It definitely changed. I think.
Somebody said
Oh,
men use women's bodies to sell.
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
But I mean,
sex always gonna sell.
it's. I mean, it's. I mean, it's been like that since Mary Magdalene. You know, it's like you.
Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, sex gonna always sell.
No, Mary Magdalene was that prostitute in the Bible. Remember the lady with the
Oh
issue of
yeah,
blood? You know
yeah,
what I'm
you're
saying?
right.
I mean, you know, it's been going back since BC. So I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't stop that. You know, I don't endorse it or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone. You know, nobody doing nothing that they don't want to do. You feel what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
you know, it's I mean, as long as you're not getting yourself caught up in that culture, you know, I mean, you gotta. you know, you conscious, you aware, you know that's going on, and don't fall victim to it.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Gordo. You was like, yeah, some people
I was
be
at,
pimping. I was
I was
like, yeah,
asking you
pretty
about
much.
yeah, I was asking you about when back in the day when you used to had
Oh,
to
right,
actually
right,
walk into
right.
a woman and ask her for a number and write the number on your hand. Like it's different with social media. Uh,
Yeah,
people don't got social skills. They don't know how to approach women.
yeah, and I think too, that's what lot of women don't see behind closed doors, because you know, these dudes be really contemplating and figuring out what they gonna say to you. And you know, I think it was more organic when you know, walked up to a woman and approached her. She could tell if you had some common sense. Y'all didn't you know, y'all didn't both like something on Instagram. Somebody slipped on a banana peel and y'all both laughed at it. Now y'all dating and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you actually had to get out here and, you know, really present yourself as who you know, who you portrayed yourself to be, and be taken for face value. And I think a lot of girls be getting, you know, hey man, that's the whole reason they made catfish and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, then she get catfished, and you know, then she end up a victim of her heart getting broke again. So, you
Exactly.
know, I think that like I said, not to say that.
You think it's a lost art though? Like with social media, like men, because a lot of men be that used to be the scariest thing for men to talk to women. You know, I've met a lot of guys who told me like they afraid of rejection. So now I think social media it makes it easier because they may slide in a DM or like you say, like a couple pictures or whatever. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
Um, I definitely believe that it's a lost art, man. I think don't get me wrong, it lets you be able to interact with people all over the world. And um uh I was just talking with somebody, and we was talking about all these technological advances, and we were just saying it's so cool that we can do all this stuff now, but look at how much privacy you had to give up. You want to do the things you do, but somebody tracking you, somebody on your phone, you know, they you know, these iPhones, they recording where you go and all this other stuff. So it's like, I think, you know, as far as it being a lost art, it definitely is, because you know, these people meet stuff off the computer, but it got terms and conditions with it. You know, some of these people, you know, don't nobody show a picture of them having a bad day on IG or Facebook for real. You know, it's a compilation of, if you went on if you went on the chick's Instagram, or you went on the dude's Instagram, it's basically a compilation of his best angles and achievements and moments. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah,
you know, ain't nobody telling you when they really had a nervous breakdown the other day. You know what I'm saying? They gonna show
exactly.
you what look good to you, you know, because that's all they represent. So, you know, it's an allure. You don't look at that, but I think a lot of people just got brainwashed, man, and a lot of people could hide behind a bunch of smoke and mirrors and pretend to be who they was 3 years ago on a good camera.
Mm, with a good light
Yeah, you
and
know.
filters.
Oh my God, yeah, witchcraft.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
It's crazy though. A lot of people do only show like the good. Um, I try to be show everything that's going on with me. I remember my Lexus. I got that big accident. I showed it, you know, just to show people like I remember buying it. It was brand new, and then that motherfucker axle was fucked up. I'm like, damn.
Mm.
But it's the thing is, man, that the the downfalls and the things you go through, that's what builds your character. And I feel like social media and what people seeing, it's affecting them mentally, and it's lacking people confidence. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have confidence to walk up to a woman and introduce yourself.
Hey man, well I'll tell you one thing. Um, Even though you got into that accident, at least you had something nice to get fixed. You could have been fixing, you know what I'm saying, your camera, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been fixing your bucket. You
Mm,
feel me? So just to have it in you to have something nice to fix, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, man, you know, they just might have what it take, but it get misrepresented by the way they go about it. You know, it's the recipe. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, it's like baking a cake. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't no baker or nothing, but you know what I'm saying. You could have the eggs and the yeast and the flour and the sugar, but you don't add it in right. Your cake gonna come off like you ain't gonna make no cake. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make no cake. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, they might have some common sense and really like have the ingredients within them to make the dish, but they don't know how to comprise it, and
Mm-hmm.
these people out here definitely ain't showing you how, so I think that's where we come in, what I'm saying, to actually lay the format, what I'm saying, tell them to simmer and stir for 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying. Some of them just, some of them when just throwing in raw onion, you know what I'm saying. You gotta put some butter and some rosemary in it, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
chop them produce up. Yeah, cause that's how a lot of people be like, oh yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be my own boss, but they don't know how many losses you take being an entrepreneur. Don't nobody talk about that. Like, how? Like, imagine you got $8,000 in your account, and then you wake up with $0. You know, being an entrepreneur, the scariest thing, um, for a person having a job is losing his job. The scariest thing for a person that work for themselves is working for somebody, going back to working for somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I don't know how people do it, man. Some of these people wake up every day and they boss don't work. They leave it up to you to do the work. Your boss don't even know how to do your job. If your boss thought like you wouldn't have a job tomorrow
Mm,
because he be working for somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? So
mhm.
it's you gotta you gotta believe in yourself. I'm not political or anything, but some years ago, I was watching something about Donald Trump, and it was just like, if you can't handle the pressure, then just go to work and get you the dog with the picket fence game, and try to make the best life you can. But if you can't handle pressure, and it's a sense of not knowing what's going to happen next, and unstableness that you have to face with entrepreneurship, and you just gotta go for it.
Exactly. Yep.
So
Yeah, man. You said facts. Your boss will never pay you enough live
what you
to live
worth?
to live next door.
No, he not. He might respect you for it, but what I'm saying, he might. I had a boss, this Jewish cat. He was really cool, man, and you know, he would crack jokes with other people. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good one, Herb." You know what I'm saying? But he ain't play that stuff for me because he know I wasn't going for it. He really liked me and stuff. He wouldn't invite me over for dinner or nothing because he couldn't make he couldn't talk, do show off the way he want to show off or whatever. But you gotta have a sense of going for yourself, man. Like you gotta wanna. It sounds cliche, but you gotta. I was gonna say want to be your own boss, but you can't even think about it like that, man. Like you got to work like a slave to be the boss, Dr.S. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying, and that's what people don't understand.
You
Like,
get up. You gotta get up. Like, I used to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning every day, man, and bust my ass, work 10 to 12 hours. Now I do the same thing for myself. So damn near work harder because, like I said, it's the fear of not going back to work for somebody else. You know,
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
yeah. That's definitely some scary stuff, man. Especially when you done had a taste. That's how some of these people be going crazy, jumping out the window. They hit the lotto, get across some money, and they be having what do you say, caviar dreams and champagne wishes, and then they got to go back to heating up them noodles in the microwave. They just jump. I can't go back to I can't go back to boiling eggs. Well, just quit it, end it all.
Ain't nothing wrong with noodles, man. Should I eat noodles just to remind myself where I was at?
Hey man, I like Olive Garden, man. What I'm saying. If I was there right now, I'd get a creative sampler with some stuffed mushrooms and some calamari and shit.
Somebody had posted that though. They was like, this girl I seen post this like 2, 3 weeks ago. She said, if a nigga take me to Olive Garden, that's like taking me to McDonald's. Like he not trying, he not working hard enough. So then
Can
I
she?
go, so then I go look at her page, right? And
Right,
and she got like she looked like she from 79. You know
man.
what
Can
I'm saying?
she cook better than Olive Garden?
Yeah, that's what,
I'm saying,
that's what I'm saying. But like, what's
you
wrong?
know,
What's wrong with Olive Garden? I like Olive Garden.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I mean, because they man, they want you know. Where does she be taking the dudes like to go out to eat too? Where she done took a dude out to eat too? You know what I'm saying? Besides, you know, chicks be want to go to Roof Chris and do all this other stuff, and it's like,
I think everyone needs to know where they everyone overhyped themselves. Not just women, but men. They need to know where they bracket at, because if you don't deserve uh Capital Grill or Wasabi, like I'm gonna take you for whatever I think you worth. You know what I'm saying? And it don't even gotta be money. It could just be a mentality. If your mentality ain't $100 dinner, you're not gonna get no $100 dinner from me.
man, what if people had to pay with their thoughts and intelligence? Hey, hey, some of these people be in the back washing dishes, Dr. S.
Hey, we cracking
Man,
canned goods. But
oh man, I'm telling you, man.
cause look, cause look, cause look, Jr. Uh, you take you take a woman to a fancy restaurant, and she may not even be able to, or a dude. You take your dude to a restaurant, he ain't gonna even know how to read the menu. Don't know what the salad fork is. So why would I take you to a spot and you're not even worth that? I'm not about to teach you how to read a menu. Hell no.
Man, I used to eat with chopsticks when I was a little kid with my mother at the little chopsticks they used to give you come with your Chinese food.
Hmm.
When I used to stay on Buckeye, I think they still down there too, like down by like 120 or something like that. But I learned that mistake early on. I went to the mall or I was doing something. I was at Beechwood Place and I had some chick with me. So I was like, "You want to get something to eat?" So she was like, "Yeah." So it was like this Japanese spot across the street. I think it's like over by like where like Norrisham's Rack and all that stuff is now. So we went in there to get something to eat. So the food came and they gave us chopsticks, and like I really ain't paying no attention because like I was used to eating chopsticks. I mean, I don't know what inner city ghetto these people come from where they ain't had Chinese food with some chopsticks. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But she ain't know how to eat with the chopsticks, Dr. S. And I'm like and that was cool. And I was just like, I asked them for utensils and everything, but like I continue to eat mine with the chopsticks, and like we never hung out again and nothing like that. But it wasn't because of I don't know, man. I wasn't exactly embarrassed because I was young, but now I would be or somebody getting upper in age. It's like you expect people to have different things under their life resume, and some people don't have it.
Yeah, you're right, man. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, man. We're gonna be back at it Thursday, man. Every Thursday, man. We back at it, man. You know, we the cigar talks. We the cure. We're gonna be giving game, giving jewels. You know what I'm saying? And I'm Dr. S. That's Professor Pitt.
Hey, we appreciate you, Dr. S, man. As long as they keep their ear open, we're gonna keep giving them something good to put in it.
Exactly, man. That's why you got two ears and one mouth, man. So you can listen more than you speak.
That's what they say.
Yep. You wanna lead the people with something, man? Just a quote or something, like how you give them something.
Man, yeah. What's the one you used to say? Like my dude E40 used to say, be about it or be without it. You know what I'm saying? we just gonna leave it like that today, Thursday. So y'all can go. Y'all be about it till we see each other again.
For sure.